Hi, here I am, getting 1,001 text messages from my friends Paul and Alex. Anyway, I can't deal with their shenanigans right now because I'm going live on YouTube. Now, if you're actually seeing me talking right now, it's because you're watching this later, because a little ad spot runs at the beginning, so there's a little bit of a lag between when people actually join and can see me and when it's actually happening. So we've got a few moments, those of you who missed me while I was live. Tough break. Anyway, Romaine and I are doing these live videos on Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. Pacific. So you should join us for one of those one day soon. And you can find them on our YouTube channel, which you should already be subscribed to. Just search for Derek and Romaine on YouTube, and there we will be. How pleasant that is. Anyway. I will take your questions in just a few moments. No questions have come in yet, but I anxiously await them for when they do come. I just thought I would tell you a bit about how things have been going, because I realized when I got a cranky message from Trucker Giddy, how come you haven't posted any of your Periscope videos? And I have tried, but I've been having weird technical problems with Periscope because sometimes the Periscope app crashes and then it doesn't save the video. So then I have nothing to show you. I had this fantastic video of these tiny little baby deer, and they were so cute. They were literally like this big. And yeah, the thing crashed and then it was all gone. So anyway, there you go. Okay, well, we already have some exciting questions and comments, and I'm really thrilled and excited to get right to them. Shall we? Shall we jump right to the questions? Shall we? All right. Canary Judge has the first thing. Wow, you look really old in this video. Yikes. Thank you. I don't know how old you think I am, but I am that old. Anyway, thank you for your comment. That is very flattering. I don't know what to say. Betsy says, looking good, Derek. I love tuning in for the live shows. All right, well, there you go. Betty's into senior citizens, so thank you for that, Betty. Jay has a question, and remember, you can ask your questions by boop, boop, boop. There's a keypad up there. When you're watching on the Google side of things. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a bar across the bottom of the screen. Actually, I think it's right here, right? And then you just click on that, and then you can go to the screen where you can ask questions, and I will answer them live for you when you press the keypad that's up at the top of the screen up here. Boop. Okay, Jay says, have you been on any job interviews yet? They suck. Not a job interview, but several companies have expressed interest in us and our show. So we are exploring every option, talking to people and seeing what we get. But a specific job interview, like where I have to put on a tie and like go into a place, no, that has not happened. But I did, literally the day we got, our show got canceled, somebody wrote to me and was like, I have a marketing job for you right now. So that was very comforting. Chris, who is out in California, he says, hey, are you live? I know I look dead, but I am very much alive. So yes, I am live. I'm live right now. All right, Canary has a response back because earlier I made fun of him. I am older than you, but I thought you dyed your hair. I do. I get very lazy about dyeing my hair. I just got it cut. Usually I dye it like 2 days before I get it cut, and then, you know, they cut it and then like the roots. And then I just haven't done it. And part of it is for a secret project that I'm working on locally where I feel like looking older might be helpful. I mean, and by looking older, I mean my actual age. So anyway. But I will probably, my vanity will take over, and I will dye my hair again. Marty Moose says he's the moosiest moose you know. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Marty Mouse. Okay. The Martiest Mouse I know, Marty Mouse, says, what did you have for dinner? Oh, Lord. Well, I'm going to be honest. I have not eaten a lot of vegetables recently. And so tonight I might have had dinner that a 7-year-old might enjoy. I had chicken tenders and waffle fries that I made. But I did buy lettuce for a salad at the store this weekend. So I will I gotta start eating like healthy or healthier. So I'm gonna have a salad later on. But that's what I had for dinner. Thanks for asking. Now let's go to JG Omaha. Okay. Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I am your host, Marlon Perkins. God, I look like Marlon Perkins. Jesus Christ. JG says, what was your favorite dance routine from Magic Mike XXL? I'm partial to that last Cookie Monster dance with Channing and T-Witch. There were a lot of great dance routines in Magic Mike. I thought it was a bit closer to like a Step Up movie. So, Channing Tatum did the first Step Up movie. And I think that a lot of the criticism that people had of the first Magic Mike movie was just at the moment where it seemed like the dance routines were really taking off, they would like cut away and then they would go to some drippy, boring dialogue scene. And I agree. I was like, let's get this party started. And I think that they certainly addressed that in the sequel, that it was much more of like a 2-hour-long bachelorette party. So I liked all of the routines. I thought Joe Manganiello, whatever his last name, he's a hot piece. I thought his thing at the little Quickie Mart was fantastic. There were lots of great scenes and dance numbers. But that Channing Tatum, he can really dance. You forget that because he's done other things as an actor and whatever, but he is a fine dancer. His wife Jenna is one lucky babe for sure to have all of that. Brandon says, not a question, but I just want to thank you for doing these videos and whatnot. Miss you guys so much. Well, Brandon, we miss you guys too. And we are doing these videos and everything so that we can stay in contact with people while we do, since we're not doing the show. So you actually have some interaction with us so you won't forget about us. Don't you forget about me. All right, there you go. Jason has a question. Hi, Jason. How's your new house? I assume it's falling in on itself because there's no liquid in the ground in California because you're all going to die. Tiffany wants me to ask a question, any question. So here goes. Are you and Romain going to put any type of format or segments with these hangouts? Are they just going to be interactive Q&As? What do you want? Singing and dancing? We're working this out, but I really feel like this is just a temporary thing to get people over the hump until we have another show again. So if you think are you saying they're boring? Are you saying you don't like it? You want more structure? What do you want? Sexpert questions? People keep asking for guests because apparently it's like, oh, I miss you so much. Can somebody else talk now? That's what I'm getting. But anyway, thank you for that. Let's go to our next question. Keith says, oh, why is this popping up? Oh, for crying out loud, where'd it go? Keith, uh-oh, here we go. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just kidding. There's literally nothing happening. Okay, Keith says, now that you have some spare time, what are you binge watching? I have not had a spare fucking second. Watch me, faggots. I don't have any time at all to watch TV. None whatsoever. I am overwhelmed by the messages from people in social media over the last couple of weeks. Plus, I am working on this super secret local project, which I cannot announce yet. And that has taken a fair amount of time too. Plus the cruise. All these people want to go on the Derek and Romain cruise now because they think they're never going to see us again. This is their last chance to see us. So lots of cruise stuff too. Anyway, so no, I've barely been able to keep up with my regular shows, let alone binge watch anything. I would like to finish Sense8. I would like to watch Orange is the New Black. I got a lot of stuff that I have not been able to watch. Jack says, what's been your worst habit since your show was canceled? Not sleeping. I have not been able to get a really full night's sleep. You know, I'm a 9 to 10 hours a night person. And the first couple of days were really rough. I think I got like 4 hours of sleep the first night. It was really rough because we've been employed for 12 years. I haven't been without a job in quite some time. So, yeah, that was a little nerve-wracking for sure. And so I have not been getting great sleep, but I'm back up to like 7.5, 8 hours a night now. And it's not the 9 to 10 that I normally like. So my worst habit is not sleeping. Also, I haven't eaten a vegetable in like 2 weeks. That's probably not good. Stephen has an important question. Stephen says, where are you looking? It's always changing, like FX movies. Can we put a tennis ball somewhere for you to keep coming back to? Okay. Look, I know, I don't know where to look. Am I supposed to look at the camera? Am I supposed to look directly straight ahead? I think looking directly straight ahead is the way to go. Like, look at myself. It's a little narcissistic, but whatever. But when I look over the side over here, it's because the questions that people are sending in are all in a line format here. You probably are seeing the same thing. And the problem is that when I'm answering the question, I am thrown to want to talk to the name that's on the thing. I still don't know where to look. Here's what you have to imagine. Okay, this will be very helpful. Just imagine that I'm blind. You're talking to a blind person who doesn't know where to look. See? Now it all makes sense. Oh, what, my eye wandered away? That's how it goes. Here's Jay. Jay's question, what are your hours now that you don't get home late? Are you back to sleeping at night? I start getting sleepy, like I can't keep my eyes open, sleepy at midnight, which is early for me because I was going to bed at like 3, 4 in the morning. Because, I wouldn't get home until 1 and then I would eat and I'd watch TV, whatever. By the time I started getting like tired, it would be 3 a.m. So yeah, I'm going to bed at midnight and waking up at 8 a.m. And that's weird for me. But if I need to have a real job, they will expect me to be awake at a real hour. Oh my God. My friends Paul and Alex are texting each other. We're in a 3-way text. And, oh Lord, I think they're watching. Alex says, where's Romaine? I want to see her. She's not here. It's just me. And Paul says, I don't see the chat area. Oh, Lord. This is like Skyping with grandma. Brother. Okay. Yeah, I'm ignoring you because I'm trying to talk to other people and I'm live right now. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Frank says, dumb Dora is so dumb. God. Dumb Dora is dumb. Dumb Dora is so dumb that when she tried to come to the Google Hangouts to chat, she started calling me on Google Voice because she thought that's how you're supposed to get in here. Betsy says, do you keep in touch with Frank and or Doria? Well, I talked to Frank and Doria sort of immediately after our show got canceled. They were very, they were lovely and sympathetic, very nice. I heard from a lot of SiriusXM people after our show got canceled. Not just Frank and Doria. I don't want to limit it to just them. But I have talked to Frank a little bit, more than Doria, but I always talk to Frank more than Doria. I like Doria very much, but we were not in a lot of active communication. And, but I mean, I haven't talked to them the last week or so. But, I don't think they haven't been told they can't talk to me or anything. It's not like that, but there have been so many people, mostly listeners, that I've been talking to. That's been everything. All right. Okay, good. A very important comment from my friend Paul. It says, okay, I found it. So there you go. I'm glad. Oh, and good. The text messages keep going. So even though they're both watching, they're still texting as well. Jay says, are you still thinking about running for local office? Councilman Derek. Well, I don't have anything to announce at the moment, but as soon as I do, I will let you know. Okay, Canary, who thought I looked old, thank you. Thank you very much. I was waiting until Ask Derek Anything, but since that is out now, I will ask it here. I've always been curious about Sam. Her banter with you guys was the best. Was it your fault that she left the show? Like mine personally? Probably. You might have answered this question already. Okay, look. Sam produced our show for 2.5 years, I think. I love Sam. I love her so much. She's a hoot. She's super fun at a party. And she was solid gold on air. I wish we had the kind of show like Howard where we could have people who their sole function was just to sit in the room and, talk and like we'll drag them on air and whatever. But our show did not run on that kind of budget. And, behind the scenes, we had quibbles with the way that Sam produced our show. But we just didn't feel like she was the right fit for our show. It's not like she wasn't a good producer, and she has done other fine work at SiriusXM and other places, and we loved her personally. But she wasn't the right fit to produce our show. So I guess you could say that that's my fault. It was my idea to hire her in the first place, but you could say it was my fault. But I really think it was just, it just didn't click the way that, like Katie did a remarkable job producing our show. Katie was great. Okay, there you go. But anyway, I love Sam, and she's terrific. Scott says, I just want to say that I miss your show on Sirius. The replacement sucks. I'm sorry. I'm not in charge of what replaced us after we left. Enjoy seeing you and Romaine on these videos. Well, good. I'm glad of that. Jason says, Dumb Dora from Frank D. Is Mr. DeCaro in your Google Hangout? I don't know. You will have to ask Mr. DeCaro. Although Frank D says she was so dumb she tried to blank Romaine. I don't want to think about people blanking Romaine. Okay. Paul says, this is my friend Paul, by the way. We have been friends for 23 years. Yeah, basically more than half of, wait, how old am I? 28. So most of my life. I met him when I was in kindergarten. He was creepy and hanging out by the chain link fence. Paul, who is older than I am, says, I've noticed that like Obama, your hair has grayed a lot during your last job. How the hell old are you? I told you I'm 28. And as soon as that box of Miss Clairol is done with me, I will be 28. Seriously. And that's for my good friend. Imagine what my enemies say about me. Okay. Gail, who's been very supportive, says, I think you are doing too much and need some quiet time for a few hours a day. Turn off the social media and do nothing. That's a good suggestion, but I go away for an hour and then I come back and there's 18 notifications on my public Facebook page. And so how long am I supposed to be gone for? Okay. Paul says, between your besties, Paul and Alex, which is your favorite? Be honest. Well, this is tough because I was always told you have to be nice to your elders. And since Paul is older than Derek and Alex put together, I guess I'm going to have to say Alex. What else have we got here? Scott says, if you have Netflix, make sure you watch Orange is the New Black, Bloodline, House of Cards, and Grace and Frankie. Or is it Frankie and Grace? Are you following Big Brother this year? Oh my God, I can't. It's a good thing I'm unemployed because apparently I have 20 hours of TV to watch a day. That's too much TV. And I watched Grace and Frankie, and I enjoyed that very much. I haven't started in the new season of Orange is the New Black yet. I haven't watched any of House of Cards. I can't. And then Bloodline, I assume that's about werewolves or something. I don't know. And then Big Brother, no. I'm not watching Big Brother. I don't have time for the little bit of TV I'm watching now. I've got my stupid summer shows, The Last Shit on TNT with Eric Dane and Rona Mitra as a scientist. And then I also have Dark Matter and Killjoys with that hot Luke McFarlane on Friday nights. So there you go. Steven says, OMG, Derek doing disappointing looks is totally the new Cats on the internet. It's fun to see you live, much better than dead when you were called old. You know what, Stephen? It's very upsetting. Not nearly as upsetting as the people who are right now watching me on like a 65-inch TV in high def. Oh, God, it's my worst nightmare. Thank you. Doug has an important question, and then we're wrapping this up. We've been at it for 20 minutes. I got to go. Doug says, no vegetables. Are you pooping or are you masturbating? Yes, on both fronts. But I mean, I'm eating some vegetables, but I'm not eating that healthy right now. He also says, I like the new picture on the back wall. Thank you. Yeah, this is where my fan club meets. I put this picture up because it arrived. There used to be a clock there. And I was just going to put it up for our video. And then I was like, you know what? Actually, I really like it in this room. The colors work with everything. So, you know, oh, look, imagine that. I put another picture of myself up on the wall in my own house. Seriously, it's like an interactive museum. It's the Derek Hartley Museum here, where you just go from room to room, and it's just pictures of me, more pictures of me, even other interactive Derek things. Oh, it's wonderful. Jay says, if you get a new show, what would be your preferred time slot? Morning drive, midday, afternoon drive, evenings? My preference would be something in the afternoon, like 3 to 6, 4 to 6, 5 to 6, 4:45 to 4:52, something short. Alessandro says, not a question. After 3 years of listening to you guys praising Taco Bell, I decided to finally try it for the first time on the 4th of July. We spent $25 and got almost everything on the menu, and I'm still digesting it, but it was totally worth it. Digesting it? Are you sure that most of it has not just shot through your body? Because that was 2 days ago, and Taco Bell works like a hardcore over-the-counter laxative. Jennifer says, have you considered making a ringtone of your laugh? I would pay for it. Jennifer, you're the only person alive who would. Everyone else cannot stand it. I promise. Come to my town, sit behind me at the movies during a comedy, and then you will get up after the movie is over, and then you will want to forget that you ever heard of me. Paul, my dear friend Paul, who asked 1,001 questions. So you're pooping and masturbating simultaneously. Classy. Well, you know what? I'm very busy, and I gotta get a lot done at once. Ray of Light says, do you have any job leads yet? Actually, I do have quite a few job leads, so I'm not super worried yet, and I have a little bit of cassiola in the bank, so I'm okay for the time being. But it really is a question of if Romaine and I are going to keep doing the show together, and that's the number one priority. Will Derek and Romaine continue? We are giving it until the end of July to sort that out. If Derek and Romaine does not continue, I am looking at other things, either continuing to do some kind of podcast thing on my own, taking some kind of real job, whatever it is. But yes, our number one priority right now is maintaining Derek and Romaine. Word says, been reading your book on Kindle for a Derek fix. Any new book in the works? Yes, I'm really close to finishing my genealogy book. I mean, it's not about my life or anything, but it's, if you're interested in ancestry research and genealogy, it's a good, quick guide. The reason that I wrote it is because when I started doing genealogy research, there were no good books out there that were like handy, accessible, practical guides to ancestry research. So that's going to be the first thing coming out. And then I have another book I've been working on, and maybe I'll finish it this year too. But the genealogy thing, God, I've been sitting on that egg so long, it's got to fucking hatch soon. For real. Brandon says, how much are tickets to the Derek Hartley Museum? Hopefully cheaper than the cruise. Anyone who wants to buy me a cabin on the boat, I'm cool with that. Well, Brandon, you know, you could just do a studio, and they're priced for singles, and they're not bad. And you can get the drink package with it. It's a pretty good deal. But maybe somebody go on our DNR Cruise page on Facebook and put yourself out there and say, I am looking to share a cabin with a sugar daddy who will pay for me. And you never know. It could happen. Okay. I'm going to wrap this up very quickly. Ben says, what's your favorite brand of underwear? I got so much great free underwear, mostly from Basket while we were doing the show. That's all I wear. But when I have been forced to buy underwear for myself, I'm still sticking with Calvin Klein because the ads in the 80s were hot. Andy says, what are the criteria for the decision on continuing Derek and Romaine? Well, it has to be financially viable. Romaine and I have to be able to make a living at doing our show. People have been very helpful. Like, oh, just do your show for free and then put a tip jar out front on the street and then let people help you out as a traveling bard. You know what? That's not going to keep the lights on. So as long as it is financially viable, we will do it. Okay, Jay says, are you still praying for a meteorite to knock out the SiriusXM satellites? I never was, and I'm still not. I have a lot of friends who work there. I have no animus toward the people who work at SiriusXM. Okay, we'll take one last one because I gotta go. I said that 10 minutes ago. I do this all the time, and then this goes on too long. Maybe the view should be more like Masterpiece Theater or theater. You walk about and sit in different chairs. Be more like Robert Morley. Nobody knows who that is, Regis. Anyway, I'm sorry that you don't like the fixed location that I'm in, but this is where the Mac is. I live inside this Macintosh, so I can't. I'm trapped. What am I supposed to do? Maybe I'll try in the basement. Would you like that? There's a webcam in the basement. Okay, there you go. Canary Judge says a live show with calls would be the best. It always is. This will have to do in the meantime. And my friend Paul says, I've been reading your first book on Papyrus, which is what it came out on. It's a real page turner. Thanks for that, Paul. Well, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you for all of your fine questions and for joining me for another live adventure here. The next time you see me, I will look so much younger because the lighting will be better and I will have dyed my hair. And also, I'll be younger. If I have to sacrifice an animal in the middle of the night, if that's what it takes, I will be younger than springtime. Okay. Enjoy the rest of your week. And check out my Facebook page. I posted lots of interesting stories in the last couple of days there on Facebook, and interact with me there in the meantime. And check out the other videos I have on my YouTube channel and subscribe.